Hello, everyone. Let's get on with it. This is Commentary with Ozzy Rose. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Ozzy Rose. I hope everyone has had a great day, and I hope you're enjoying your night tonight. As for me, I had a great day out strutting, seeing everybody out today. A lot of fun as always. I'm having a great evening. As y'all know me, I never really complain about much. But the topic for this commentary segment is ladies. That's right, ladies. I'll give you an example here. That's usually all I do in these commentary segments for the most part. When my late wife was alive, she knew I didn't fool around. She knew I was a one woman man, but she knew I loved all the ladies in general. That's why I used to tell my mom that all the time. I was just born to love all the ladies. Even though when I had a girlfriend or a wife, I stayed faithful. I didn't fool around. I didn't fuck around. You know, uh, my wife knew me. If I seen a beautiful woman, I didn't care if she was with me. I said, "Man, she's hot," you know. And it didn't bother my wife because she knew me. She knew I didn't fool around. She knew I wouldn't, you know. Uh, but I always have loved all the ladies. Sometimes y'all see that in my ghost posts that I'll put in there. Ozzy loves, I love all the ladies, aka Ozzy Rose. But it's true, I do. I love all the ladies. I always have. I was born to love women, which I call ladies. That's just the way it was with me. You know, I was a straight man my entire life. I'll die a straight man. Uh, is there one lady that I kind of loved? Yeah. But even if she wanted to have me, I would still have to go to my tent at night. And then I couldn't really make time to be with her because I'm jealous of everything that I have and everything that I do. So she knows how I feel about her. But even if she said, yeah, I couldn't because, I could only devote really 2 hours of time with her a day. That would be it because everything that I do, and I'm trying not to get off topic, but everything that I do, I love with all my heart, and this is my first love, my only love, really. The commentary segment, the two posts today, the confessions video, the strutting. But most women won't compete with that. They'll say, no, hey, if all he can spend is just 2 hours a day, at night with me, then no. So even if she said, yeah, Ozzy, I would love to have you, I wouldn't live with her, and I could only spend 2 hours a night with her. And then after that, I would say, you have to go to your place because I have to text my commenters and fans. It would never work with me and any woman, and it wouldn't because most women, ladies as I call them, when they want to go with a guy and they want to live together, and I'm just not about that. You know, I'm 58 years old now. I'm very set in my ways, and I just love so passionately everything that I got going on in my life. But like I said, a good woman would not want that. She would not want just 2 hours a night and that's it. She wouldn't tolerate that, and I can't say that I blame her. Any of the ladies, but this one, I think she knows how I feel about her. I've never really told her to her face, but I've told others, to tell her, that and she knows I love her, but I could never be with her because of the simple fact that I could only spend 2 hours a night, and that wouldn't be fair to her or any lady. It wouldn't be fair to them, and it wouldn't. Everything that I do, as y'all know, I'm trying to get these damn bugs away from me, but everything y'all know I do, I love, passionately with everything in me, and it keeps me on the straight and narrow too. Don't get me wrong, y'all know me. I don't have no desire to want to go drink the schnapps or do the shit again, but it could hit me at any time. But this keeps me on the straight and narrow. You all know here in Jonesboro, Arkansas, if I'm doing everything that you know me to do, you know that I'm not drinking and I'm not using. And I know y'all know that here. But I do. I truly love all ladies. I've always been that way my entire life. My mom said it best. Now, this has come out of her mouth. And she didn't have nothing against gays or lesbians or bis. She never did. I did against gay doctors after what they did to my wife, but I come out of that. And I don't have nothing against gays or lesbians or bis. Never have. I got some gay male friends too. But she said, one thing I didn't raise. I said, raise? And she said, yeah, raise. I said, uh-huh. She goes, one thing I didn't raise was a gay man or a pussy. And I said, well, no, you didn't. I said, but would you have loved me if I'd have been a gay man? She goes, well, yeah. I said, okay. I said, would you have loved me if I'd been a pussy? She goes, hell no. I said, okay. And I'm trying not to get off topic here, folks. I truly am not. But, yeah, you know, it's true. I do love all the ladies. I'll have my entire life. My wife, it didn't bother my wife because she knew me. She knew that I wouldn't fool around. And one time she drove me to a club where my mom worked at in Oklahoma, and I just went there to drink a few beers and mixed drinks, and that was it. And I sat at the bar, and my wife dropped me off. And this one woman come up. She said, would you like to come over here and sit with me and my female friend? And I said, honey, I can't do that. I said, if I was to do that and my wife come in here, it wouldn't be too good for me. I can tell you that much. I said, but I'd be glad to buy y'all a beer or a drink or whatever. But I said, I have to sit here at the bar. I said, my mom is right there. She works here. And she said, oh, okay. She goes, well, would you like to dance? I said, I can't do that either. I said, if my wife was to come in here, I mean, I would have hell to pay, you know. So she said, okay. I said, what are y'all drinking? She said, we're just drinking Michelob's. We'll take a Michelob apiece. I said, okay, you got it. So that's what I did, you know. So I'm just giving you as an example. I've always been a one-woman man, a one-ladies man when it came to a girlfriend or to my late wife when she was alive, and she knew that, you know. And she knew I would not fool around, you know. Not to say there wasn't a couple times I thought about it, but that was it, you know. Thinking and doing is really two different things. But she trusted me, and I trusted her. You know, we had that in our relationship and our marriage, you know. I think this, ladies, when it comes to the gentleman that you're with, whether you're married or just going steady, if you don't have trust, then you don't have much. And there's no room for jealousy in the relationship either. And me and my wife, we didn't have jealousy, and we had trust, you know. Did we have the perfect marriage? No, but nobody does. We only had one little bad argument all the years we was together, and that was it. And that was good, I thought, you know. But yeah, you know, when my mother said that, and I said raise, because I was babysitting her and my stepdad at 5. I couldn't go play with my friends across the street. I didn't get to live a child's life then. I left home at 16. So that's why I said raise, you know. So, of course, it was a different time and place, a different time and era, as they are for every generation. And that's the way it'll always be, too, folks. But, I mean, one thing it's one thing that I love all the ladies, but I would not get with one even for 2 hours a night if she had a boyfriend or husband. That's one thing I don't go for, you know. But if there was a woman that would have me just for 2 hours and the 10 at night, then yeah. But I just don't think any lady is going to go for that. You know, she's going to want something more, and she deserves something more, and she does. You know, you know, like I said, most ladies and gentlemen that go together, they want to live together, share the same bed, the same dwelling, and spend time together, you know, and that's something I can't do because I'm always busy doing everything that I love doing. But if I could have one just for 2 hours in the tent every night, I'd rock her world, that's for sure, if I had a lady for 2 hours. So, you know, but who knows, things could change, you never know. But anyways, as y'all know me, in these commentary segments, I just try to give you examples of me. I hope you can take something away from them. If you can laugh about them or use it to your benefit, then great, you know. But the topic for this commentary segment was ladies. And ladies, I truly do love all of you. That's for sure. Always will, always have, and always will. That's going to be about a wrap for this commentary segment. I hope everyone has a great night. Please join me for my show tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live. Look under Ozzy Neil Rose. I call it the Strutman Show. Hope to see you all then. And until the next commentary segment, so long, everybody, and God bless you all, especially the ladies.